We do that. Let us introduce us. My name is Ujawak Daniel.
And I am Omohefe Pisa Semere. Quite frankly, it feels really good to be in the studios this morning. And does. I tell you, we've started February on a very good note.
A good note, yes.
By that, I mean talking about Nigerian singers who actually represented us very well at the Grammy Awards this year.
Right.
So those who won, to those who did not win, as far as you were nominated, a win for all is a win for all. Right? So congratulations to all the nominees.
True.
Congratulations to the winners. I had to play the Love Me Jeje by Thames.
For real?
She won an award, just for that song.
Our own Thames.
Regardless,
my gosh,
X or Twitter has been thrown into a frenzy, talking about the 30 BG gang and the Thames fans saying that. I even saw one that said Davido is the Atiku of Grammy, and I'm like, where is this coming from?
Lord,
the fact that Davido did not win,
doesn't mean he's being cheated now. Oh Lord, come on, man, come on, guys. But we also understand that there is a lot of munu going on, in the selection process. But they try to make it seem as though it's they try to show us that it's transparent. I mean, if not, how do you intend that the likes of R. Kelly never won a Grammy? I don't know. Well, what exactly are your perimeters? I mean, quite a number of people have not won a Grammy. People that you normally just expect that, look, hey, because of the metrics and everything, they should get a Grammy.
The truth is, trying to question the indices or the integrity of, the collation and how the results were actually arrived at is definitely going to be a conversation for another day. But quite frankly, just like you've rightly mentioned, the likes of R. Kelly, and a host of other international, arts who have not even been able to. Were they even nominated in the first place?
They get nominations.
Did they even win?
But they don't get a win.
I think if you got nominated, it's actually
recognize you.
Yes.
Okay.
That's to tell you that the Recording Academy they recognize your work, your craft.
Okay.
So whether you win or not, I really don't think that should be a big deal. After all, the sky is actually wide enough to cover everyone.
Right. I get that.
The fact you didn't win today does not mean you won't win tomorrow. And if you didn't win this year, you most definitely would win next year. Just up your game.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
I live it there and I agree.
However, right here in Nigeria, it looks like we might be starting the new month of February on a little bit of dramatic note, talking about NLC gearing up. Don't forget that tomorrow is actually February 4th, and according to them, there's going to be a showdown
protest
tomorrow.
And all of that.
I don't know,
50% tariff hike and everything.
You have tomorrow to contend with.
I have tomorrow to contend with.
I will just be in the comfort of my room.
Help me, Lord.
Looking, watching the updates.
Oh gosh. But some would already ask questions. Where has the NLC been? Some have even lost faith in the NLC, saying, hey, excuse me, NLC, y'all are just just there. We can't really place you anymore. We don't know if you're speaking for us or you're speaking for yourselves. You're not even speaking for your people, let alone speak for Nigerians and all of that. But the NLC is still coming out bold and strong and saying, regardless of what you think about
February
us,
4th,
tomorrow,
February 4th.
That's right, tomorrow it is.
But the truth is, after the show this morning, I'm just going to fix my gaze on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers, look out for the breaking news. I will not be surprised. Or maybe 12 midnight will say,
oh, come on,
NLC.
Don't say it.
No,
don't say.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't say it.
I will not make a storm next couple of that. No pun
NLC has made a U-turn. No more strike. No more protest.
Just the way we can predict, our Nollywood movies,
which we can't even predict anymore.
It's going to look like one can even predict the NLC. But no pun intended.
That's right.
We're definitely going to be tinkering with that at the 9 o'clock hour this morning. Right. But just to give you a heads up on what to expect from us on the Eagles Morning Rise Breakfast
That's right,
show.
though. Just to also let you in on the fact that this is the pages where we're looking to the front pages of Nigerian newspapers and bring you updates and headlines so you stay abreast. And at 8 o'clock, of course, we've got the sports minister on radio, Vicky Vic. He will take you through all of the sports, entertainment and sportainment that you can count on. And then, of course, 9 o'clock, Omoife rightfully mentioned, we'll be right back here and we'll talk, politics and current affairs. 10 o'clock is the general open banter. So we go generally bantering.
And what we've got for that hour, you don't want to miss the conversation, especially the men. Please stay glued. Honestly, don't go nowhere. Now. Okay, you can actually go to work, but you can listen to us from work. All right,
That's right.
The office.
Yeah. And at 11 o'clock
Right.
hour. What's it gonna be now?
Mind and body.
Mind and body.
They say health is wealth.
That's right.
I mean, if we're not healthy, we won't be here shouting on top of our voices.
That's right.
So it's
Telling you
very
how
important.
to live through your life so that you will indeed make that wealth.
That's right.
So you got to be healthy to be wealthy. All right. And that's what it is. But let's jump into the vibe of giving you 10 things that you ought to know this morning.
Right.
Right.
Well, to start with, on a sad note, there
Very
are at least
sad note.
30 passengers were burnt to death in an auto crash, which occurred on the Onikbetesi area of mile 49 on the Ore Lagos Road in Odigbo local government area of Ondo State. It was gathered that a tragic accident occurred at the weekend when drivers of two commercial buses heading for the eastern part of the country drove against the traffic and had a head-on collision, bursting into flames. I mean, right here, we always, sound the alarm. We always, encourage you. We always admonish you to do the right thing. We
right
say
thing.
it almost
Always,
every
every time,
day.
every time, every
do
day,
not
anytime.
beat traffic.
Oh, Lord.
The traffic post or the signs are there for a reason. But now you see, unfortunately, 30 passengers burnt to death.
Just like that.
The year is still very young.
Head-on collusion.
And we're still recording these cases.
It's too sad, Omoife, and
Very
just to
sad.
think that we already starting 2025. I mean, somebody went on social media or saw somewhere and said, 2025, I beg already. These few 2 months, how many deaths? What's going on? But would we listen? I don't know. But the federal government is saying plans are ongoing to increase electricity tariff over the next few months. It, however, said that the planned increase needed to be balanced by subsidies for less affluent electricity users. All right, so we are having increases here and there. We have the 50% telecom
tariff
increase
hike.
tariff hike. Now we're having yet another electricity tariff hike, and the federal government is planning it. There's a plan, so it's not somebody don't come to say that there are stakeholders, there are other people who are trying to stop. No, it's the federal government that is planning it. But then again, they've not stopped there. They're saying that there's going to be some needed balancing with subsidies for less affluent electricity users. Let's see how far that goes and see how it indeed regurgitates into the economy again.
That's right. Now we head on to Kaduna State, where the police command has rescued 23 kidnapped victims in a joint security operation in Kajuru local government area. A statement issued by the command spokesperson, DSP Mansour Hassan, said security operatives acting on credible intelligence advanced into the Doka village bush on February 2nd, 2025, and engaged a gang of armed bandits attempting to relocate their victims to Kajuru forest.
All right.
True.
Something.
Step in the right direction.
Step in the right
Rescuing
direction.
23 victims.
23.
it's-
Kidnapped victims. No, I should give them a bell. That's huge. That's
It's a
huge.
good way to start,
But
honestly.
away from the step in the right direction, there's another sad one coming up. 3 people have been killed and 3 others arrested in renewed bloody clash between rival cult groups in One, Elemek local government area of Rivers State. Now, it was also learned that one of the groups first launched an attack on its rival, killing 2 on Friday, and led to a reprisal on Saturday. Cult group clashes, especially in Rivers State, I don't know. I'll just rest my case.
I think generally youth should actually wake up from their slumber. I don't know whatever anyone is telling you about cultism, but it does not always end well.
It doesn't always end well. And
So-
to some of you who always have that belief that, you know what, let me join it in university when I'm
Yeah.
out. There is a gang, there's a clique,
Come
there is
on.
when I will get a job.
Really?
Well, be that as it may, though. I don't know, whatever it may be. But look, hey, look at where it always ends. The end is always brutal, and it
Very,
doesn't always look
honestly,
nice.
very,
okay,
very.
please.
Well, I've
Please.
just observed this chair keeps going down. Is it that I've added a little bit of weight or
You
something?
never know on my face. You never know. You never know now.
Okay, now let's move on to Ebonyi State, where suspected gunmen launched a deadly attack on Amegu Kalaga community in Ishelu local government area of Ebonyi State on
Right.
Sunday morning,
Right.
killing several residents and setting houses ablaze. Now, the assault is believed to be a reprisal following the reported killing of cattle belonging to herdsmen in the area. I mean, if it's not caught clash, if it's not an accident, if it's not tanker explosion,
Unknown gunmen.
it is cattle rustling and
Yeah, unknown gunmen. That's another one, though. It could be. But let's also let you in on the fact that suspected kidnappers have abducted a staff member of a well-known Ibadan-based agro-industrial firm, and they are demanding, you won't believe this one, a whopping 100 million naira ransom for his release. It must be really important. Now, the abduction occurred on Friday when 4 employees were returning from the company's farm in Onigari, a village along the Ibadan-Ijebu Ode Road. That's what was going on. Whopping 100 million naira. 100 million. Okay, I need to say it again so it sinks. All right.
These kidnappers, they really got, guts.
They got intel. That's what I see. They got intelligence report. They have it. They know how to gather these intelligence reports. And it makes me wonder how much intelligence reports, how much of the know-hows in gathering intelligence reports that our military have combined together. Wow. Anyways, that's a sad one, though.
Right. In Zamfara State, the governor, Dauda Lawal Dare, has declared that the decision of the People's Democratic Party to back SKE Ude Okoye remains valid, noting that the party will come out stronger from its crisis. He maintained that the PDP needed to learn lessons from certain mistakes, noting that the resolution of the governor's meeting in Delta showed that the party is making efforts to come out stronger to lead Nigeria to the promised land.
Okay, the foretold promised land.
Where is the promised land, though?
I'm trying
we are in Nigeria, so if they're going to lead us to a promised land, is it that they're going to be leading us out of Nigeria?
I'm trying to understand it. If this is not a promised land, I think before now, is it Akwa Ibom State used to have? Is it the promised land?
Oh, really?
Later, I think they've changed it to land of promise. It is actually the land now of promise.
No, but they can't lead all of us to Akwa Ibom, honestly.
Oh Lord!
Maybe it should be they will take us to the permanent site.
Permanent site.
Yes.
But where's the permanent site then? That's the question. That's where we are.
You can find that site anywhere. It's everywhere, actually.
Okay, please, let's put it out there. Make your states, governors, make your state a permanent site for the promised land.
Promised land.
Please make it a promised land. All right.
With milk and honey.
And honey, right? Nigerians have been advised to avoid all but essential travel to Uganda and other countries with confirmed Ebola virus disease. EVD. EVD is back. Lord, no, please. This has come after Uganda's Ministry of Health confirmed the outbreak of the Sudan strain of Ebola virus disease on January 30th of 2025 in Wakiso, Mukono, and Mbale City. Look at the names of the city.
Please take note of that, because I know you have a thing for African countries.
I love
African
not Ghana
countries. Today, it's Togo tomorrow.
Yeah, South Africa.
So please.
I love African countries, but
all right.
Uganda.
So when your friends come visiting, please do well to, ensure that you abide or stick to the health advisories.
They won't even come. I trust my country. We have border, we have border control.
Really?
We'll be able to, fish it out. Our NCDC, yes. NCDC will do justice to that. So don't worry.
I perceive a little bit of sarcasm right there, but I'll leave that to you, UD. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command has rescued a young woman from a suspected armed robber and ritualist. Now, the command has also commenced a manhunt for the suspect. This was made known in a statement shared by the FCT Police Public Relations Officer, SP Josephine Ade, on Sunday.
Right.
A suspected armed robber and ritualist.
The names they give this to people. Now, 2 people have been reported dead, while 5 others sustained varying degrees of injuries in 2 separate accidents on Saturday along the Ibadan-Lagos Expressway and the Ileoba area of the Ogijo-Ita-Oluwo Ikorodu Road. Now, the spokesperson for the Ogun State Police Command, CSP Omolola Oduntola, disclosed this in a statement sent to journalists on Sunday. Well, that'll be all.
That's right.
That'll be all for the things you ought to know. But this time now, let's take you into the front page of Nigerian newspapers proper. Looking very colorful now, starting up with the Punch newspaper. But just in case you didn't have the number, 0907-353-0044. Was I fast? Took you unawares. Take it again, 0907-353-0044.
All right, 0908-766-8888. You can as well send a voice note or a message, even as we take on the headlines at this point in time, to 0909-705-4450.
All right.
Now, very quickly, let us start off with the Punch newspaper.
Exactly.
And just like you just said, looking all colorful, but I have a problem with,
all the colors,
the clash.
the clash of colors.
Honestly,
it's paining my eye. Actually,
it's confusing me.
Oh Lord.
Well, looking very popular on the front page, it says Dangote price slash, marketers with imported fuel fear losses. A writer underneath that one says dealers say stiff competition forces Dangote refinery price slash to 890 naira per liter. You find that one on page 29. But at the end of the day, one would say that Nigerians would just look at for the what's it called now? The one with the cheapest product to patronize. All right. So if you already imported yours and you want to sell it at a higher price, well, you really have every reason to fear.
Good.
All right.
Right.
Okay. Why banks cannot lift order the freezing GHL's accounts? Okay, this is coming from one of the tier 1 banks, right? That's on page 31.
Yeah.
Frozen accounts. Okay. All right. Electricity tariff hike looms as federal government plans to end subsidy. Well, to end, one would have thought that ending electricity subsidy would take a gradual process, like it will be phased out, gradually, as opposed to how we did it with the fuel subsidy. But
this one says no. It's going to be like the way and manner we did it with the fuel subsidy is gone. So electricity is gone.
Whether we like it or not,
subsidy.
the hike, of electricity tariff all this while, I feel
it's been increasing. I don't know. I don't know.
It's just like
it's just been
a
going
strategy, to phase it out.
I think it's just been going on. But I mean, page what now? 29 is holding that story down.
That's right.
Sure.
And on page 40, NCDC tightens airport surveillance as Uganda battles Ebola, just like
See
you
what I
said.
said now.
Are you working with the NCDC
I know
now?
I'm not working with them, but
when you're off duty, you're with the NCDC?
No, that's not the case. But I trust my NCDC. I mean, they did
Your
it.
NCDC?
Our NCDC.
Oh, okay.
But they did it during the COVID-19. They will do it again with Ebola.
All right, let's move on to page 8. I believe Ladoja has information on Bola Ige's murder. This is coming from Akonde. You find details on page 8, and you see this photograph right on the front page, looking very colorful and beautiful, having a clergyman, and I'll leave it there. You need to grab a copy to see for yourself.
That's right, though. Well, move away from the Punch newspaper right now and get to the Vanguard newspaper. The big story now. Subsidy removal is the kicker. Oil marketers expand borrowings by 76.5% to 3.0 trillion naira, right? It's got a couple of indicators right there, or markers if you like. You might want to go check that one out. But page 19 is holding that story. And to this one now, 28 passengers burnt to death in Ondo auto crash. Oh, very sad story though. Page 6 is holding that story down. To page 8 now, you'd find this one. Telecom tariff hike. Federal government meets NLC leaders over tomorrow's protest. What did we say earlier on? You never just know. Before we know it now, okay, sorry, we've met. Stakeholders have met.
Protest has been shelved.
It's been shelved. Let's see how we can get back to the drawing table. We're very civilized people and all of that.
That table has suffered a lot.
Well, anyways, you never know, though. You never know. But page 9 is holding this one. Nigeria, Africa under pressure as Trump slams tariff on Canada, Mexico, if you like, and China. All right. Let's see this one here. Nasima Neka slam presidential aid for threatening fresh electricity tariff hike. Page 35 is holding that story down. And that will be all with the Vanguard newspaper this morning.
That's right. The Nigerian Tribune newspaper is up next, leading with 2027 as the kicker. Northern leaders, coalition proponents write off PDP. Now, this has a handful of writers underneath that headline.
Sure.
Ex-military leaders, other stakeholders endorse coalition. Proponents may announce new platform late February.
Wow.
Leaders yet to agree on presidential standard bearer, and then LND playing lead roles. This according to a source. But what is LND?
Okay.
Tinubu not worried by gathering of opposition. This is coming from the presidency. You find details of our story on page 22. And no doubt it's going to be an eventful month honestly. So keep your fingers crossed. Moving to page 26, 30 passengers burnt to death in Ondo crash. A sad one there. May their souls rest in peace. And the Lagos speakership, Tinubu not reinstating Obasa. This according to a source. You find that one on page 23. And on page 26, middle-aged man killed in Ibadan. Police launch manhunt for killers. No positive orders. All right. And okay, that's just going to be about it for the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
All right, just away from the Nigerian Tribune newspaper now, let's bring you up to speed with the Nation newspaper. The big story on the front page: presidency to Atiku, El-Rufai, Obi, others. That's a kicker now. We'll meet in 2027. That's what the presidency is telling Atiku, El-Rufai, Obi, and others who are hoping to contend with the APC, the ruling party, that is, come 2027. Says we'll meet.
It's beginning to look like it's going to be a Royal Rumble in 2027.
Now, you never can tell. I tell you, from this headline already, it gives you the picture of what 2027 might look like. But yeah, it's got two riders to it now. The first one: no alternative to APC, says Masari. Second rider: why opposition leaders can't be president, by Lukman. And that story begins on the front page and continues on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. I think that will be okay. See this one here at the very base. Ondo's turnover rises to 4.1 trillion naira. Okay, page 16, you'd find that one. 30 die in Ondo road accident. 30. So the figures are indeed conflicting for real. I mean, 28. Yeah, and then 30.
And
but it just tells us that, look, there's a lot of will I call it colossal damage now? I mean, I don't even know, but there's a lot of deaths. That's what it means. And those that might be even hospitalized or receiving treatment might just be very few. 30, 28. That's not good. Page 25 is holding that story down. And that will be all with the Nation newspaper today.
All right. Before we take a quick look at The Guardian, let's take a look at what Masari said on the Nation newspaper, that there is no alternative to the opposition Congress. And then Lukman is saying that the opposition leaders cannot be president
at all.
Come
That's
2027. But at the end of the day, beyond the banter, going on amongst this, political heavyweights or bigwigs, if you like, would you really blame the APC for having this very strong, submission that no opposition party can indeed contend with the ruling party?
Nobody will blame the APC.
Has there been some sort of constructive, criticisms from the opposition party in the country?
That's one way to look at it. The second way to look at it would be the fact that the APC is saying, I've looked at all of you. I've looked at each and every one of you. I know the games that you play. We've played these games together. And I'm saying that, look, regardless of what name or what umbrella or what roofing or what panel that you put above your head, you're just one and the same. And we're still the same ones that should handle this power, because none of you have the integrity enough to carry the affairs of this country. So no chance. 2027 says we will meet.
Okay.
We will meet. Or in our colloquial language, we go see. We'll meet. That's what they're saying.
Can we just get to 2027 already?
That's right. That's what I'm
all right, let's
you.
take a look at the Guardian newspaper. And the big news story right there on page 6 says, anxiety over oil output, exploration as 55 licenses expired this year. You find details on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And there is, of course, a breakdown to that effect right there underneath that headline. And then state governors and lustful appetite for more airports. Details on page 12. Now, that is an editorial, right, on the Guardian newspaper. Experts, CDWR thought electricity telecom tariffs hike. Details on page 3. And then Obi decries plight of pensioners, calls for humane leadership. You find that one on page 7. And moving to page 5, telcos prepare 50% tariff hike set for rollout in March. Obasa's ousting divides APC as factions battle for control. Details on page 6. And then Oando announces a 65.5 billion naira profit, 4.1 trillion naira revenue in 2024. You find that one on page 15. Unilag chapter plans protest at Southwest MD can begin strike today.
Okay.
Details on page 7, and that's just going to be about the size of the headlines I will be taking from the Guardian newspaper.
Right. Well, we'll just throw in these ones very quickly from the Daily Trust newspaper. 30 dead, 2 injured in Ondo auto crash. NLC nationwide strike against Telco's tariff hike. An error. Stakeholders are saying that now. Okay. Now we see oil marketers now loading petrol from PH Warri Refineries. Petron is saying that federal government plans fresh electricity tariff hike. The one rider follows it. Consumers react, and Muslims in Southwest have rights to set up Sharia panels. GNI is saying that. That's just all for the front page of Nigerian newspapers this morning. But we'll just head out, go on a recess, because when we do come back, it's just going to be about you adding your voice loudly and clearly in the most civil and responsible way in the arena of the pages.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just
20,000 naira?
Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur. Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. Hurry now.
Looking for a professional event planner in Abuja and its environs, but don't know how to go about it? Eagles FM got you covered. Call us today and let's help you fix that event that will leave you with evergreen memories. Call 081-5791-7278. I take it again, 081-5791-7278. Thank you.
Get updates, get informed, avoid traffic, and get home early. Tune into Traffic Rush weekdays 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja.
From Milky Way to Earth, everywhere there's internet, you can connect with Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Log on to our website www.eaglesfm.com. Follow and engage with us now on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja, Instagram at Eagles FM 1023. Download our apps on your Android and iOS stores. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Right, so we're back from the recess right there, and yes, it's time for you to also add your voice loudly and clearly in the arena of the pages, you like to call it, the newspaper review segment of the Eagles Morning Risers Breakfast Show. Let's just take this call and get to hear from you right away. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, Daniel, if I greet you.
Apostle Also Life, good morning.
Apostle Also Life from Apostle. So
AKA. Thank you.
God bless you. So please, my message goes like the APC. Matari said that there's no vacancy in Asoro. That's a good thing for him. So that means there is no solution to our problem. So the kidnapping should continue. Subsidy over will continue. So that Nigerians have no home. That's what they want to tell us, because they are not fixing the issue. The issue is still there. A clash between the herdsmen and farmers in Albany. Fighting every time, tanker falling every day by day. They don't want to say what is the cause of the problem and put it up. And another thing I want to say, there is all those Boko Haram that the security have apprehended are asking for a state pardon, whereby they are still ravaging, killing people in the mosque, people in the church. What is the problem? And the APC telling us that there is no vacancy in Asoro. It's only God will help this country called Nigeria. Thank you, Ife and Barisadana.
Appreciate
it. My name remains Apostle Osola.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Right.
Thank you very much for your contribution right there.
That's right.
Well,
what can we say?
Okay, 090-7358 Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Is this Moses?
Yeah, this is Moses.
Good morning, Moses.
Good morning to you, Moses.
Right.
God bless you. UD.
Yes, please, Moses.
I recommend extra cup of tea this morning and promotion for Omoife.
You don't mean it.
Yeah.
What's happening? What's the occasion?
Performed last Friday very powerful argument on this station.
Right.
On the issue of repentance Boko Haram. When somebody came up and said it was not repentant Boko Haram. These people are not finding that act. So if somebody comments, I think when we are talking about repentance, I think if somebody is caught in an act before he finally repented, before he was relocated to his family.
Okay.
So that argument is really stood very well to defend that headline. If
Yes.
more coffee for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Sir. Thank you.
Okay.
So I think I want to comment on the police rescuing. It's a big one. I like it. It is the Dangote refiner that will unveil many secrets that was hidden under our petroleum sector. Because last time, the importers or the marketers say they prefer importing fuel from outside than Dangote. We were surprised. It was not on this station where they are, what is going on? Now Dangote has reduced his own. They say, the one they import now is affecting them. Which one have they import within just 2 weeks? So I believe that there are secrets that is yet to be unveiled and they are being unveiled. Then finally, fresh electrical tariff again. The issue of electric tariff is there is this tariff upon tariff. We have not enjoyed electricity 24-hour non-stop. What is happening? Why tariff? It's not like the other telecom.
Alrighty. Some talk right there. Very strong talk. But yeah, you want to add your voice in the discourse? Let's take this call.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
This is Abdul.
My name is Abdul Khalifa Suleja.
Welcome, Abdul.
My greetings to UD.
Good morning.
UD.
Yes, please.
I'm very happy to hear this morning, as I normally say on our radio station here, pertaining to fuel issue.
Right.
Good one to Dangote for reducing the price, something quickly, and introduce this state police. Because if there is state police, I can tell you, even all this Yambara you are seeing, they are really doing a lot of work. Because if there is a new person in that area, these people, they know who is coming in, they know who is going out.
Okay.
So with this state police, I believe the insecurity will come down and the security will improve. So my country dying.
I don't understand.
I pray the dying should stop.
Right.
Because people are really dying. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless Eagle FM. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much,
God bless you too,
Abdul.
my brother.
Thank you.
Right. I pray the dying indeed stops. Same here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm
Thank you.
BB,
I'm
fine.
now, mighty. Hey, thank God you get partner today. My name is BB Blesser, calling from Otaka. I greet every call. I greet you.
Right.
Especially my state. God will bless you now, yeah?
Bless you too.
Do they hear say Jago don't reduce fair price, va?
890 naira.
You know, we will do business. Anything that goes up, we know they come down for our Nigeria, we know. I think we now begin to know whether now we go to do ourselves or now people do us for free. Now what they go still take carry, now they go take carry. And people when they sell market now what they go take they sell, now they go take they sell. How we go do where our price of market of things we go call that? Do you know that day they go supply me mineral? Not the way that they supply direct. I say I don't get these people who get for number and for they tell them now we they do ourselves. Mineral what they say now 6-2. The first one cause of problem is say na government dey fill their car, na the company dey fill their car, and people wey dey go dey support for shop or taco shop, they go dey increase money, and e no suppose to be like that. Na we dey do ourselves. I thank God for Jagote wey dey reduce, we go continue to reduce. After all, na money wey dey pay buyer, but you no go reduce like that. Make dem reduce the price of market. And issue of security, if we really know what we are doing, our government know what we are doing. If they want to tackle issue of security, 1 minute they go tackle it because. Na me, I no be me na there. But wey be say e no concern me, na only poor people dey go dey kill. Na I no dey against, na I dey against, so e no good o. Na human being dey die o, no be hand phone. Salaki my brother.
Thank you very much. Be a blessing.
Appreciate.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hello. Good morning to you.
Emphasize on the
pulling the matter from the their
possibility of taking over from you. But let's get across social media platforms right now because of time and see what is there via the YouTube as well as the Facebook page wall. And in case you're searching us and you've not found at Eagles FM Abuja at this one.
Okay, so on Facebook we have messages from Ozo Francis, Namani, and King Kennedy.
King K.
Right? Also, Francis says he's watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State. He says, good morning, my people in the studio. The federal government should come up with anti-open grazing law to address the incidences of
Also, Francis.
And then King Kennedy says, good morning to you all. Just want you to know that a well-trained silence is more eloquent than speech. King Kennedy, Carol, there.
It's spoken like a true king. King Kennedy. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much, King Kennedy, for that message.
Let's get to the WhatsApp.
All right, very quickly now.
And see what messages are there.
Okay, so I've actually observed something that the moment we decide to put a halt to the voice calls and, progress to, the WhatsApp portal, welcome to February.
Exactly.
My sincere condolences to the families of those who lost their lives or loved ones in Ondo auto crash. May the Lord God Almighty comfort them all. If our roads are in order, these auto crash here and there will reduce. Our political leaders are busy talking of 2027 while the masses they are govern, and none of them is saying or doing anything about the suffering of the masses. Kidnappers, terrorists, unknown gunmen ravaging the country, and yet we have government whose duty is to protect the masses. What a shame. May God for us will get it better one day.
That's right,
have a great and wonderful day, you dear Amoefe. Thank you so much, Samuel. You too have a great day ahead.
Right. We'll see this one coming from Comrade Lobasi, all the way from Buari in Abuja. He says, good morning to you both, Obongo Daniel and Lady Omoefe. Peace. Well done job. Well, thank you. Now he says, a day before yesterday, fuel subsidy gone without anything to cushion the effect. Then yesterday, electricity tariffs removed without any consideration. Today, telecom tariffs hike to prevent and make it difficult for the common man talking to each other. Maybe tomorrow, water, air, and atmospheric tariff will be removed so that only the elites and those at the corridors of power will survive. Oh, if men we're God, may God Almighty save us from ourselves. Amen. Comrade Olobasi there is saying that all the way from Buari. Very, very well calculated.
But that right atmospheric tariff actually got to me. I mean, for real.
Okay.
For
real. Comrade, nobody actually said that the electricity tariff is gone.
It has not been removed. They are just planning it, right?
In over the next few months, right? But then the government is also saying there'll be a cushioning effect, put in place to ensure that we don't have to feel
suffer
the heat of it.
I mean, yes, feel the heat just like we are feeling from the removal of fuel subsidy. All right. Ongenemano Austin from Aduna, Sarawak State says, APC boast to opposition parties of meeting in 2027 election. APC can only boast of the rigging it intends to embark upon and nothing more.
Okay, Ongenemano.
That actually speaks volumes.
Speaks volumes now.
Ongenemano Austin, but thank you for that message.
Thank you.
Abbas reporting from Dutse says, good morning, Sayudi and
Madam Omo Efe.
I don't like being called a madam.
Madami.
Oh no. He says, on Dangote reducing fuel price, it is a welcome development, but the NNPCL and marketers still play their hide and seek game. There is no oil producing nation in the world that is that's not giving some levels of consensus for local consumption. With Nigerian refinery working and Dangote, fuel ought not to be more than 350 naira to 440 naira. Right?
He's always been saying that.
That's the realistic price of product which Nigerians should have been buying, not this deceptive price they are giving Nigerians. Therefore, there is nothing to celebrate in Dangote reducing, her price. But I mean, we understand that Warri and Port Harcourt refinery,
they're up and running.
Yes, they're up and running, and the product is being loaded at the moment. So let's see.
Let's see how it goes.
I think a number of observers are optimistic that before mid-year there's going to be a drastic, significant drop in the price of PMS.
Right.
we are waiting patiently for real.
Right.
For that to happen.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we see this one here. It says no vacancy in Aso Rock come 2027. Pride goes before a fall. If you hope on rigging the election, it's not gonna be business as usual. I can predict our NLC as easy as anything. Please don't compare them with our Nollywood. Our Nollywood are doing much better now. Chinonso, all the way from Suleja,
oh, really?
is giving a kickback right
is that
there.
So?
Yes. I don't know, for some reason, Honorable Edwards, you've been sending messages and deleting. What's going on? Honorable.
Right. Maybe he's just trying to, put his thoughts together properly.
To align
he
it.
Probably has a lot to say.
I get that.
Okay.
But we'll get to the...
Nah,
let's just finish with all of this, Omar. Okay. Then we'll come back with a voice call should we have, the time. But keep in mind, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. Let's go hear from Selassie right about now.
Good morning, Udo Daniel, the man with the golden voice. My name is Selassie, sending this voice out from Turkey. I want to start by appreciating you, always giving us the privilege to call and contribute. I say, Eagle, you guys, I keep showing higher by the grace of God. I want to commend our gallant men in Kaduna, the rescue people in Kajuru, that axis. In fact, they have been so battling with this insecurity. They have been kidnapping and kidnapping and kidnapping. Many people have been losing their life, most especially in those axis. So I want to commend our gallant men for that. The people that die in that motor accident, may their souls rest in peace. And sometimes some of our drivers, to be sincere, are reckless. If you're on the way, you see how those people drive. Look at the innocent life just gone, just like that. Please, in fact, it's so disheartening, it's so painful. May their soul rest in peace. And the electricity tariff again, and that is why all about this APC government, their own is tariff, increment, taxing. I hope they won't tax Nigeria again for breathing. For this air that we breathe, I hope one day they won't tax us, that we must pay for the air that we breathe. This is the kind of people, I remember when they were protesting during Jonathan when he increased toll price. But now look at them tariffing electricity and petroleum, in telecommunication, and so on and so forth. It's only God that will deliver us on this APC government. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Selassie.
Let's go hear from Honorable Edwards now.
Absolutely. Good morning. You guys are doing a wonderful job. My name is Honorable Edwards. I want to assure you that you guys, we don't have justice to this country. We are the problem to us, the two of you. Imagine what Dangote has done to Nigeria by reducing fuel, and you don't have a day that we are ready for newcomers, and their big days are not there for you to yourself. You don't have a day for Dangote. That is bad, very, very bad. I want to tell you this money. Some of you have done that. Congratulations to Nigeria. I think what Dangote is doing, we can take it down. We will have a term in Nigeria. Since our company cannot do anything, then let the private, that is why I say where the problems are. Let the private sectors see how they can help this country. So we need to be celebrated for doing that. Marketers are not in the daily market. They can't even sell because the one they're getting is higher than this thing. We must learn how to appreciate. Thank you. And I want to tell you that the increase of tariff, reducing tariff, the Nigerians has a way to survive. Go everywhere. The Nigerians are doing us bypass. I do go in the morning and I know you see them changing lights from bypass this in the daytime. How many people stay in the house in the daytime? So then I don't know now. They share. I think it's high time for this. That tariff will not work. How about enough is enough? It's too much. Thank you.
All right,
Honorable Edward from Apo. I actually thought we rang the bell earlier.
I thought we rang the bell, but okay. We don't want to be the problem. We don't want to be the problem, Honorable. No, we're not the problem. Okay, Dangote, 890 naira. He has taken it down.
No, we rang the bell, and I even said that the month was starting February on a good note because Dangote has decided to reduce, the price of fuel.
Oh well.
And then marketers are already scared.
You understand?
They're already counting, their fear of losses that they might, record at the end of the day. But
but it's okay, Honorable.
We should ring the bell.
We should ring again. We just did, Honorable. And yes,
Edward,
we understand your angle to it, and yes, we do understand it, and we're not taking it for granted.
That's right.
The truth is, we will see that interplay, and it will indeed work, right? Because there is an interplay now. There is a strong contention now in the market, and so, of course, there is no more monopoly. And we're hoping that should bring fruits, bear fruits. So thank you, far too kind.
Okay. All right. We have a message right here from Tarkin Bihundu. He says, Good morning, Daniel and
Good morning.
I'm in Nasarawa State.
Sure.
Fuel marketers are playing games, but I blame it on Tinubu-led federal government, which clearly has not demonstrated capacity to solve our problems. No vacancy statement is annoying. We have no reason to return APC at the federal level by next election. We thought Tinubu government will be better than that of Buhari, but reverse is the case. Acute hunger, everything is very expensive, insecurity, etc. We have seen Shege in the hands of APC federal-led government. NLC is dead under Joe. What do you mean by that? I'm ashamed. Oh, Joe Ajero.
Yes,
I'm ashamed on his behalf.
On his behalf, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, they said they're having a meeting today, just before tomorrow, to see plans to shelve the protest that has been put forward tomorrow. We don't know if the NLC is going to cave in. We don't know what's going to happen, but tomorrow, of course, is tomorrow, and we will see the aftermath of it all.
But quite frankly, I mean, if you must try to strike a balance, you would want to ask this very pertinent question, which would be protest or strike. Are these the only way to from demand, or make sure that your grievances are addressed?
True.
Now, one would say that you wouldn't blame the NLC or bodies who would resort to strike, embarking on strike, or even protesting, right? There's usually some sort of dialogue, and then if you come back to the drawing board, you negotiate, you dialogue, with the relevant stakeholders. You usually would give yourselves, some sort of time frame to, make sure that you bring to reality, all the things that you actually agreed on in the course of that dialogue or meeting. And then when the time, elapses, and then nothing is, there to show for it,
before go on,
people now, say, okay, let us protest, or let us embark on strike. The federal government, the NLC, and different bodies. When you say that you're going back to the drawing board,
what do you actually draw?
You want
what do you draw? Please?
You want to have a roundtable discussion. What exactly
really,
do you people discuss?
I don't know. That's the point.
Because take a look at the case of ASU and the federal government some time ago. They keep going back and forth.
Back and forth.
You see the NLC now. The back and forth is still there.
Omoife, this is it. Yeah? As much as you're very correct about this, what about this statement that says once bitten, twice shy? Now, if you've gone through a process, followed a supposed due process over time, and you know that it always hits a deadlock, you do a roundtable, you have a dialogue, and then you wait for a certain period of time to test what that conversation or dialogue or roundtable, it was all about. Did it bear fruit and all of that? And at the expense of the people are being affected. People are dying in the process of waiting and all of that. And in the end, you now come to the news and see, meeting between the NLC and the government deadlocked. In fact, we'll even see on video this party walking away from the meeting and all of that angrily. But people are suffering. People are dying as a result of the lack of indecision between these two parties. Maybe that's why the NLC is now saying, we already know that when we start dialoguing and negotiating, it will always end in a deadlock. Now we're saying, no, we don't want. We're stamping our feet with the Nigeria people and saying, hey, you know what? This has to stop.
Well, the conversation will continue at the 9 o'clock hour on Eagles Outlook. We want to know and would like to hear from you as well. Are you of the school of thought that NLC has lost its steam or relevance?
Or its teeth?
Teeth?
Yeah.
No, the teeth. They're still there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, in the spirit of appreciation, we'd like to say a very big thank you to family members.
That's right.
We see the numbers. There's been a significant,
awesome
progress on our YouTube channel. All right. The figures they keep skyrocketing on a daily basis.
Awesome.
And we owe it to you. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you're listening at this point in time, you're yet to subscribe, hurry now to YouTube, right? Hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell. So whenever we come on here, YouTube, you get notified and you can join the conversation. However way it is, right? And also on Facebook. Give us a like, give us a follow, right? It's very, very important.
Yeah.
Well, we must leave it here now because Vicky Vic is right here in the studios and all geared up to bring you up to speed.